Hello there, and welcome to Her Money Mindset, the podcast where we talk about all things money, mindset, and how our relationship with finances shapes our lives. I'm Courtney Schweingler, and I am so excited to have you here. This podcast is for women who want to take control of their financial futures, transform the way they think about money, and finally break free from any limiting beliefs or fears surrounding their finances. Now, whether you're just starting out on your money journey, you're looking to build wealth, or you want to get clear on your financial goals, this show is for you. Here on Her Money Mindset, we're diving deep into topics like budgeting, saving, investing, and everything in between. But we're not just talking numbers and strategies. We're digging into the real reasons why so many of us struggle with money in the first place. Our mindset around money plays a huge role in how we handle it, and it's about time we got real with it. I'll be sharing tips and tools to help you feel more confident in your financial decisions, but we'll also be exploring how your personal history, upbringing, and past experiences with money can influence how you manage it today. It's time to heal that relationship with money and make it work for you. So, if you are ready to shift your mindset, build the life you deserve, and start making your money work for you, then you're in the right place. I cannot wait to take this journey with you. Before we jump in, let's go over some basics. If you are finally ready to make a difference in your financial life, but you want something self-paced, check out my Budgeting Basics bundle. This is a digital pack filled with the exact tools I use to stop living paycheck to paycheck and start feeling confident with my finances. Now, inside, you'll find my signature budgeting template, a debt payoff tracker, a savings challenges, and even a 2-week budget boot camp to help you get back on track and fast. And there are also a couple of bonus items in there as well. So if you're ready for a fresh start with your money without the overwhelm and you want something that is self-paced at this time, this bundle is exactly where I would have you begin. You can grab it now using the link in the show notes and be sure to use code HMM podcast to get 15% off. Now, if you know that you want help with your money and your money habits, but you want something faster than self paced work, personalized, and someone to directly hold you accountable, sign up for private one on one coaching with me. I'll have the link in the show notes for you. You can either do a one time one on one coaching call to answer your budgeting basics, get your budget set up, and get you on your way, or you can do my 12-week private coaching program for more accountability, structure, and motivation. Be sure to sign up today for a free consultation call with the link in the show notes. And also remember to use code HMM podcast for 15% off of your one-on-one strategy call with me as well. And lastly, please leave a review of the podcast. This is such a fantastic way to tell me and others that you enjoy this podcast, and I read all of them. It truly is so valuable to me when I see that someone has left a review. Now, let's dive into today's episode, the 5 most common budget mistakes and how to fix them before the holidays. Now, you guys, I am so glad that you're here today because this episode might just save your sanity and your bank account before the holidays hit. So, if you've ever said, well, I know how to budget, but I just can't seem to stick to it, or I always plan for Christmas, but somehow I'm still broke by New Year's, this episode is for you, okay? We're going to be talking about the 5 most common budget mistakes I see women making over and over and over again, especially this time of year, and how to fix them before the holidays so you can enjoy your life, you can enjoy your family, and yes, even your bank account again. So grab your coffee, open up your notes app, journal, just listen to me while you go on your hot girl walk, whatever you want to do, and let's get into it. So let's start with mistake number 1, and this is one that almost everyone misses. So people tend to think that budgeting is strictly numbers. It's not. Budgeting is also behavior. So a lot of us go straight into the spreadsheet, straight into the calculators and the paychecks, but we skip over how we actually feel about money. And when you treat your budget like it's simply strictly math, you're going to end up frustrated because your emotions are not going to follow that math. That math is not going to make sense. And here's what I mean, okay? You might know that, yeah, you shouldn't buy $60 worth of stuff at Target, but you're stressed, you had a terrible week, and buying something nice for your house or something nice for you or for your kids It gives you that 5 minutes of peace, and it gives you that temporary dopamine hit when you spend that money, right? That is not a numbers problem. That's an emotional relief problem. Okay, great. How do I fix it? Okay, here's how. You have to start with awareness instead of the judgment. So you have to ask yourself, what am I feeling when I'm overspending? What am I trying to solve for emotionally? Am I trying to get some joy? Am I trying to get some control? Am I trying to do what, right? What are you trying to do when you're spending this money? And once you're able to name that, whether you're extremely stressed, you're burned out, you're feeling guilty, you're bored, you're needing some dopamine, you can actually start building your budget around your real life. So I tell my clients this all the time. A budget should not punish you. Like, it should not feel like restriction to the point of being miserable. A budget should support your lifestyle. And when you finally shift from the I have to mindset to the I choose to, I get to, I'm prioritizing, that's when you're going to notice that your budget is going to start to work for you. Okay? Now let's talk about mistake number 2. And that is not accounting for the invisible expenses. And this one sneaks up on everyone, myself included. So it's the stuff that the expenses that don't show up monthly, but they're going to wreck your plans. And this is things like car registration, school photos, family birthdays, annual memberships, holiday travel. And trust me, you're not the only one here, okay? If you've ever thought, oh, I completely freaking forgot that was due, you are not alone. This just happened to me, okay? And I was like, oh, mental note. Now I need to add that total into my sinking fund so I can plan for it throughout the year. And I need to make sure I add this into my monthly calendar so that way I know when this bill is going to come due, right? So we budget for the things that are right in front of us, our bills, groceries, gas, but then we forget the things that show up. They sneak in there real nice and quiet every few months, right? So, how to fix this is you have to build a rolling budget. And one really great way to help yourself do this is you have to have a sinking fund. So, what this means is you're going to open up your calendar and you're going to scroll 3 months ahead and you're going to write down everything that costs money. So if you know, oh yeah, my registration's due every December, you're going to jot that down. Oh yeah, my car needs an oil change about every 3 to 4 months, whatever it is, right? Or, oh, I know my kids get school pictures every August and every May, whatever it might be, right? Then you're going to divide those expenses by the number of months left until they're due, and then you're going to start setting aside that amount each month. So, for example, if you spend $600 every December on gifts and travel, you need to look at what point you're going to start saving for that. So, if your goal is to put aside $100 a month from what is that, July to December or August to December, whatever that 6 month mark is, June, and you're going to say, oh yeah, that's $100 a month that I need to start setting aside now. Or if you want even more time and you want to have to spend less money, okay, I'm going to start in January. As soon as December is over, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to start putting $50 a month aside for December, right? So it's not necessarily glamorous, but this is what's going to keep you from draining out your savings because you didn't plan for things. Now, mistake number 3, relying on your willpower instead of your systems. Okay, I'm sure we've all heard that you don't rise to the level of your willpower, you fall to the level of your systems. So, when you rely on discipline alone, you're going to end up setting yourself up for burnout. And just listen, okay? Budgeting is like brushing your teeth. You don't really necessarily want to brush your teeth, but you just need to do it and it just needs to be automatic. You just need to get up and do it, right? So if you're manually transferring money every week, you're tracking every single little thing by hand, or you're trying to remember every single due date that you have, you're going to be exhausting yourself. So you need to be able to automate what you can. So this is a system that you put in place that you will fall back on when you find yourself getting overwhelmed or burnt out. So you can set up automatic transfers for savings, you can set bill pay for some fixed expenses, you can use digital tools to make it easier. So I always tell my listeners and my clients that one of my favorite systems is using a high yield savings account like SoFi for all of my short-term savings goals. This allows you to separate your categories, earn significantly more in interest than your regular checking account, and actually see your money grow instead of just sitting stagnant, earning nothing in your checking account. And when you combine that with a realistic budget, not one that's trying to be perfect, you stop depending on the willpower and you start relying on your systems that do the heavy lifting for you. Okay. And you can find my SoFi referral link in the show notes. You get a cash bonus just for opening your account with my link. Now, before we move into mistake number 4, I really want to pause here and talk about something important because I know for a lot of you guys, hearing this might hit pretty close to home. Maybe you've tried to get your budget together a dozen times. Maybe you're tired of feeling like you're failing. Maybe you know what to do, but you just cannot stay consistent. If that's you, I truly want to personally invite you to work with me one on one. This is exactly where we take what's not working in your money habits and we rebuild it from the ground up together. We'll create a plan that fits your actual lifestyle and not just some Pinterest version of your life. And if you've been thinking about getting support before the holidays, this truly is the best time to do it because my Black Friday coaching offer is coming soon, and I promise you, you are going to want in on it. So you can get on my email list so you don't miss it, or you can head to my socials to kind of stay more in the know, and you can book a free consultation call in the show notes with me and kind of get the ball rolling. All right, let's keep going. Mistake number 4, forgetting to build in fun and rest. So if your budget does not include joy, it's not sustainable. I'm sorry, we don't do the whole beans and rice thing over here, okay? So many women try to cut everything and go all in on restriction mode and then end up overspending like freaking crazy because you cannot hate your way into financial peace. You have to have a joy category in your budget. This is something guilt free that's going to remind you that life is not just bills and groceries and misery, right? Even if it's $20 a month for a coffee date, a Target run, movie with your kids, this matters. And while we're on the subject, rest really counts too. Now, you might be wondering, girl, what the heck does rest have to do with budgeting and with money? It's because what happens when you're tired? You spend impulsively. You order DoorDash instead of cooking. You buy things to make yourself feel better. So, fixing a part of fixing your budget is actually going to be taking care of yourself because a rested woman is going to make better decisions overall, but especially better money decisions. Now, mistake number 5, it's going to be not reviewing or reflecting. So, this one is a really huge silent killer of progress because you make a budget once and then you never look at it again, right? You get frustrated when it doesn't work. You grab some cheap free budgeting template. You buy one that's like $2 on Etsy, but then you don't look at it. You don't use it. And then you get frustrated. You get upset with yourself. And one thing I will say is when you make more of an investment, you are more likely to actually make the commitment to work on your finances. My private coaching clients, they are committed because they're investing into working with me and they see real results. They see real action. Same thing with people who buy the budgeting basics bundle. It's a little bit pricier than it might be if you just got some random budgeting template off of Google, right? But it also comes with all of these other things like the 2-week budget boot camp, like the savings challenges, things like that. And you spent more money on it. So naturally, you are going to want to work on it consistently, right? So a budget's not meant to be static. This is a plan that's flexible with you. So every week, I want you to take 15 minutes to check in with your money. Ask yourself what went well, what did I overspend on, what needs to change next week, track your expenses. And remember, this is not about perfection. It's about being aware of what you're doing and what your money is doing and where it's going, right? So when you build the habit of reflection, you're going to stop repeating the same mistakes over and over and over again because you're acknowledging and you're reflecting on what needs to change. And this part is so key into going into the holidays. You're actually going to know where your money's going so that way you can say yes to the things that matter to you and you can say no to the ones that don't. So let's recap. The 5 most common budget mistakes are treating your budget like a math problem instead of a mindset, ignoring those invisible expenses, relying on willpower alone instead of systems, forgetting or choosing not to include fun and rest, and not reviewing or reflecting on your money regularly. Fixing these before the holidays is not just about money, like I just said, right? It's about peace, it's about reflection, it's about acknowledgement, it's about awareness. It's about walking into December confident instead of anxious. It's about feeling like you're finally in control of what's going on in your bank account again. Now, if today's episode hit home for you, here is what I want you to do next. Head to the link in the show notes to check out the Budgeting Basics bundle. This is going to help you clean up your budget, pay off your debt faster, and finally stop feeling like you're guessing every single month. And make sure you use code HMM podcast for 15% off as a thank you for being a part of this community. And if you are ready to take it even further, I would love for you to book a one-time one-on-one strategy call with me or apply for private coaching with a free consultation call. Now, for the one-time one-on-one strategy call, make sure you again use code HMM podcast for 15% off as a thank you. And then remember, I will have these linked in the show notes, and the private coaching intro application is free. It's a free consultation call with me. There's no judgment, there's nothing scary, there's no financial investment. It's just a free call. So make sure you set that up today and let's get ahead for the holidays, right? And don't forget, you can also check out SoFi using my link to start earning more on your savings today. And if you loved this episode, please take a minute to leave a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere that you listen to this podcast. This truly helps me so much and it means the world to me. And I would love it if you left in your review what episode you listened to, if you liked it, what kind of episodes you want to hear more in the future. I read all of them, so I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say. Until next time, take a deep breath, take a look at your numbers, and remember, you are the boss of your money. I hope you guys have the best week, and I will see you on Friday for the next Her Money Mindset episode. Bye, guys.